The reason I've entitled, and you'll see why it's kind of entitled to think, you can see it's a little different than other PowerPoints because it's square. When I created this, computer monitors were square. When I was your age, TVs were square, and telephones had antennas or sometimes even cords. So this speech is really old. I've been giving this speech for a long time. So this is your trigger/content warning. We've got some latent sarcasm on the side of truth. And if this troubles you, let's be honest, and we're all friends here, this whole semester has been kind of rough for you on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So, all right, so. There are two things on everyone's list when it comes to choosing a romantic partner. Are there any suggestions on what those could be? Now, Ethan, there are ladies present, so let's keep it G-rated.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Physical attraction.
Attraction, okay.
Compatibility.
Compatibility. Also, I should tell you that you may not get the exact words, but I'll say if you're close. And a student who was right there where Emma sits got it the exact words one time last summer, and it was really kind of amazing. Any other suggestions? Personality.
Is this where the sarcasm comes in? Like, are we giving serious answers?
You're giving serious answers. My answers are serious.
Money.
Money. Any other suggestions?
Age.
Age. Any other suggestions?
Kids.
Kids? Okay. That probably isn't as much issue at your age, but at my age, it's kind of like par for the course. Do they have kids? And can they manage their children? Small humans are a thing. Any other suggestions? And I guess it's, you're probably thinking, do they want kids? I was thinking more, do they have kids?
No, I'm talking, do they have kids?
Okay. Any other suggestions?
Is this?
So of these, this is kind of it. This is kind of it. We're gonna talk about this, but this is not it. And we might mention this too, but that's not it. So this is kind of it. This is kind of it.
We're close enough.
I'm gonna give you another opportunity to come up with suggestions. I'm gonna tell you a story, see if you can come up with one. Are you ready? So, this is me when I was even younger. This was me in high school. When you're younger, when you're your age, you probably can date whoever you want because the chances of you being with that person long term is pretty low. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen, but usually the person you're dating when you're in high school is not the person you're dating you're married to. So these are my parents, my mom and dad, and my mother. She had her first husband, and I've never met him, but I've told you. I shouldn't say I've told. He is an instructor here. He was an instructor here. He's not anymore, but some people I work with know who he was. His name was John, but I've never met him. But her first husband, she had my brother with him. When they divorced, he said, well, I need to focus on my new family. I can't see Dylan anymore. And mom said, well, that's fine as long as you pay child support. So then when mom met dad, they crafted a letter, had a lawyer send it to him, and it said, hey, David would like to adopt Dylan. Would you like to forego your parental rights? And he said, sure, sign the line. And my brother hasn't seen him since he was in high school. My mom says, when I married John, I needed different things than when I met David, my dad. So, and my dad, we had the same, my brother and I have the same last name. We think of each other as the same dad, even though he's my half brother and biologically he's not. So, and this here is my brother, and interestingly, his wife, this is Susan. My mom's name is Susan, and his wife's name is Susan, so his wife and his mom are both Susan Hayes, which is not weird for either of us because it's mom and Susan, but for everyone else it's weird. And the only thing kind of sometimes is weird when I get emails from them and I mistake who I'm getting the email from. So I'll send something, I'll be like, what? I'll send a message to Susan that I meant to my mom and that sort of thing. But anyway, so she also had kids from her first marriage, and her ex-husband is now deceased, but they did divorce. And she had 2 kids, Michaela and Chantel. Chantel just finished school, and Michaela's now married, and she's probably gonna be having her own kids pretty soon. This is an old photo. I bribed Chantel with broccoli to take this photo with me. So, DSMC, Dylan, Susan, Michaela, and Chantel, 2007. So they've been married a good 15 years now, right? Almost 20. Once again, she had to be more serious about who she married the first one. Although I've met, what was his name? Anyway, I've met their first husband, her first husband. He was fine, he just had some issues. So, this is my cousin Britt. Now, not the cousin that I've been talking about all semester, who's actually has it together, except for that her baby daddy is also married to another woman. My cousin, this cousin Britt, she's gorgeous, but she's now on her 3rd husband, and she cheated on her first husband with second husband with a disabled trucker, followed by her 3rd husband. And we're not on speaking terms because when she was divorcing her second husband, she was complaining that he was being mean to her, and I said, well, you cheated on him, what'd you expect? And she said, well, you don't know how mean he's been to me. And I said, well, cheaters get all the negative karma they deserve. And she said, I'm never talking to you again, and that was 2013, so it's been 11 years. And I haven't talked to her. And I have no issues, she just has her own issue. But she's rather gorgeous. But she's had 2 kids. She had her first kid with her second husband, and her second husband actually has gotten it together. He's like a marathoner now and got a master's degree, and he's got a sugar mama. So he's gotten it together post-Brit, but he had some issues back then too. But they did have a child, Evelyn, who is now in high school. This was Evelyn a long time ago. And I haven't seen Evelyn since she was not much older than that, oddly enough. Anyway, so she had to be more serious. So, with all of that, getting other suggestions on what those 2 things should be.
Commitment, make sure you're both committed.
Commitment.
Oh, loyalty.
Loyalty?
Yeah. Make sure the other person is single.
Okay, single, yes.
Loyalty. There you go. Loyalty. Is that how it's spelled?
Yeah, that sounds about
There's not an I.
Yeah, there's no
So you're not-
I.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I must have been wrong too, though.
Okay, anyway, 2 Ds?
No.
It doesn't matter. Okay, any other suggestions?
It's not what you just said.
Yeah, are you ready for the
Can you
answers?
give us a hint?
Yeah.
Well, I gave you hints. This one's close and this one's close. This one's close to one, this one's close to the other.
Are those closed? The ones we just
No,
gave?
none of those are on the board.
Okay.
Although, yeah, those are good things. They're just not ones that I'm telling you. All right, so you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so the answer is good teeth and no credit card debt.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
And why are these the 2 things? So good teeth means you care about your parents. Doesn't mean you're drop dead gorgeous, but you care about your parents. And no credit card doesn't mean you're loaded. It just means that you manage if you can't manage at $50,000, you're not gonna be able to manage your money at $150,000.
And someone guessed that? That's exactly.
Someone guessed those exact words. It was ridiculous. I don't know how they did it.
No, you know what happened? Someone who had the class before told them.
Yeah, I was
Maybe.
thinking the same
That's
thing.
exactly what happened.
Maybe. I don't think so though, but it's possible. Anyway, so you should keep, like I say, live within your means, care about your parents. So this speech has changed over the years, and this might change again because, what's her name, Barbara, it keeps talking to Clifford about emotional depth, and what Barbara really means is, and then so Clifford really just needs to say, hey, it's not emotional depth, it's emotional maturity. so you don't need to cry all the time. So Clifford may be upgrading to a newer model. So anyway, that was your sexist trigger warning there. So the speech has changed over the years, but the message has always been the same. So anyway, that's my parting message to you, is the two things that should be on your part looking for a partner is good teeth, no credit card debt.
These like all your girlfriends? Only some.
Yeah, the ones that I'm willing to talk about, I suppose. So,
She's not bad.
yeah,
Good looking.
she just, this was Lauren. She was the first mom that I had interest in. So, you know, she was nice. This one, remember I was talking about how, breaking and entry doesn't exist in Iowa. This is how I found it. She helped me find that out.
Oh, that's nice of her.
Yeah, she helped me find out that breaking and entry does exist in Oklahoma, but not in Iowa. And she lives in Texas now. That was where our dogs hang out. Siggy and Heidi. Anyway, she was lovely. Lauren, not so lovely. And then you remember Jen. So that was my partner message, and that's it. So now we're gonna do Jeopardy review, and you can pause.